So another thing that we need to be able to do with our lists is to be able to modify values. And this is, you've already seen this a little bit. It's not that difficult. Basically, if I were, let me put on the interactive interpreter. If I were to create a list, say names is equal to and then I want to change one, I could say names, and then I can put the index number. So let's say I want to change Rob. I'm going to change, that's at index 3 because Tony's at 0, Andrew's at 1, John's at 2, Rob's at 3, and I could change that to another name, and you would see that, yes, that name has been changed. So how does that work with a program? Well, let's try that. So let's say with this one, what I want to do is create a list. Show the list to the user. Ask which element to change. Change that element. Show the new list. Okay, so we can just reuse this. And we'll use print names, and let's run that. Whenever you write code, when you put 2 or 3 lines of code down, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and run it. Make sure that it's doing what you think it's doing. Okay, we're displaying the list. Let's say index to change will equal int, because we want it, if we're going to use an index, it needs to be an integer, and we'll input please enter index of element to change. So let me run that, see what that looks like. And so, if I put 3, okay, that seems to work. We also need to get the name that the user wants to put in. So and because we need this as a string, we can just use input as it is. So let's say I want to change John. That would be at index 2, actually 3. And then, and so that would work. And change that element. So then this is where we are going to use, we're just going to say names at index to change. So put in that number that the user wanted. And we'll make that equal to the new name. And then to show the list, we're just going to do the same thing as we did before. So this will just be the same as that line above, and we'll see the new list. So let's try this. So let's say I want to change John to Alice. I'm going to put or let's change Rob to Alice. So it'll say, so that's at index 4 to the new name, Alice. Oh, wait, there's an error. List assignment index out of range. What's going on there? Let's try it again. Let's try to change another name and see what's going on. So let's try to change John. So that's at 3. Oops. And then we'll change it to Alice. Oh wait, that changed, but it didn't change John, it changed Rob. Well, of course, remember, if the user is going to be putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, since our lists are 0, 1, 2, 3, they're 0 based, we need to make sure that we put a -1 somewhere. You could either do it here, or you could do it here. That would work too. Sometimes people will do it this way. Minus equals will actually just subtract 1 from that. However you want to do it, somewhere you have to subtract 1 from that index before you index it out of the list, because the user will often put in a number that is 1 greater. So let's try that again. So here I will now, more likely if the user wants to change Rob, they put 4. And you can see that the name has changed. So that's how we can modify an element in a list, asking the user which element they want to modify. Thank you.